Dio Nagad, Tochua Fetch Keetoowah. My name is Kaleb Proctor. I am a member of the United Keetoowah Band, and I'm also Mvskoke. I'm from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. The area I reside in is nearby the Illinois River, and there are springs nearby my home that I do go to and pray and purify myself. So whenever I think about my relationship with water, I think about how and some of our understandings were made of the earth, the fire, the water. So within that understanding, I have to honor the water that purifies me. So I have followed a pathway to try and protect nature as much as I can, as I've learned who I am as an Indigenous person, as well as a Keetoowah person and a Mvskoke person. So for Cherokee people, we would do a morning ritual, sing a song facing east for the rising star. And then after the song, we'd go to the branch and put water on our forehead, heart, and spirit and pray. And this was a daily thing. Now compare that to now with climate change. Our waterways are green because of excess phosphorus and nitrogen from monocropping and cattle farming. So all that seeps into our waterways. So now when you go to the rivers, you have to take a bath or a shower after going to this water. And with that, you also have the taking of the life of the fish and everything that's in the water with excess nutrients that absorb oxygen. So now you have the fish and everything else drowning in their home. So how can I go to a waterway and pray and be thankful for the gift of life if this waterway is full of death due to human action and continued through human inaction? So within a Cherokee philosophy, one says that we have a responsibility to our community. And I've expanded that understanding, which I believe is the original way to include ourselves within this web of life, this ecosystem. And some understandings I've recently learned are realizing our space as a keystone species within the ecosystem. But we're not a good keystone species at this point because our actions degrade nature. So I want to be a good keystone species and look to nature and how to be good with the ecosystem. So that would mean looking to animal relatives to see how they do in nature. One of my research projects was on the Wakarusa wetlands in Lawrence, Kansas, because I'm a graduate of Haskell Indian Nations University, which was a boarding school. But in an internship, I researched the beaver population and how they're a keystone species within an ecosystem. And I learned that beavers connect isolated waterways, which create pathways for water to grow and also to purify itself. And then with these pathways, you also have more fish populations able to prosper. And then even further than that, you have bird populations prosper. So me reanalyzing and then refiguring myself as a keystone species within the ecosystem, I have to be like the beaver and be conscious in how I connect these waterways. And then if I do build a dam, that dam will purify the waterway even further. So I have to be conscious in how my actions can lead to this waterway to become purified and more sustainable, so that the next generations can go to a clean water to purify themselves and pray. But if I'm not that responsible keystone species, the status quo will maintain and ecosystem collapse becomes inevitable. As climate change occurs, we have plant and animal migration. So I'm not seeing some of our traditional foods that I would like to go and gather for my family. And then with certain land being in conservation projects, it bars native people from going to some of our waterways to collect medicine. So we have a lot to wrestle with to even protect our own water, because we see it as a commodity rather than a relative. And when you commodify things that give you life, it gives someone to control over life and death. So humans will need to really do some self-analyzation and really grow up. Humans are a selfish being right now, and selfish in a way that it has to steal from their own relatives with the concept they made themselves, known as capitalism. Humans, the only things that have to pay to be on Earth. Now you got to pay to go to the water. And if you break a law and you can pay for it, only rich people can get away with it while the rest of us are locked up. So me listening to the water is me listening to the ecosystem, because we all rely on water. And I would like to be a good relative. I would like to be a good descendant. I would like to be a good ancestor. So my actions are to protect my ecosystem and my community, because everyone is my family. But oh, what oh.